Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Cool. I'm not Tiffany, obviously. Uh, I I had to use a different laptop, yada yada. I'm Peter. I'm from WTAJ. We're the CBS TV station um, here in the area. Um, yeah. I imagine you're going to kind of yeah. I mean, obviously a pretty significant role last year. How does your role, you think, changed going into this next season?
I think just more of a leadership role and using my voice now that I know a little bit more of Keeger's system. And I've had the experience last year of playing a lot of minutes and just helping the underclassmen figure out if they need help, they can come to me and just directing them more on the court. And, I'm still learning a lot, but I know a lot more last year with my experience. So I'm able to help them because of that.
What was your freshman year like? Because obviously you had to play a lot, and then you have to make that transition from being a high school student to a college student.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't have a bunch of success in the season. What was kind of that whole year for you like?
It was hard. It was definitely a learning year, coming out of high school and having an undefeated season and then coming here and just, not having such a successful season winning wise. So it was definitely hard, but I look at it as a learning year, like I said, and I learned a lot last year from Keegs, from the season overall, and I'm just going to use it this year and make sure, I don't make the same mistakes I made last year and be better because of that experience I had last year.
Is there a part of your game that you maybe improved the most, that looks pretty different this next year, that you worked on?
I think the biggest thing for me is, I guess, just attacking more, but also being more of a director on the floor and making sure everyone knows the plays and using my voice and making sure everyone knows what defense we're in. So that's the biggest change, I think, and just, I guess, using my speed. And like I said, attacking the basket more. I don't think I did enough of that last year. So that's something I'm really working on this year. But yeah.
Sorry, that was the speaker in my office. So I guess we get into pandemic times, and obviously, you guys have a lot of roster turnover. How how was it? What was it like meeting new faces during that whole thing?
It was, it was crazy. It was pretty crazy, but I love everyone on our team. Like we all have such good relationships, and we've gotten to know each other really well during this whole COVID-19, and just being together all the time and not being able to really leave our bubble. Like we're super close. So it's definitely it's good to have new faces, and there's a lot of talent, and I'm so excited to play with them. So.
We'll go to Philip.
Hi, Makenna.
Hi.
Hey, how do you see? I mean, you're the most experienced returnee on the team this year. How do you see your role expanding, and how was it trying to improve your game? With everything else that was going on since the end of last season.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for my game is just becoming more of a leadership, taking that leadership role and directing the underclassmen because of that experience I had last year. So just knowing Keeger's system, knowing her plays on offense, on defense, if the freshmen need help, directing them more out there and just knowing for them that they can come to me if they have any questions on Keeger's system, and just becoming more of a voice on the court leadership wise. So.
Peter.
So what would be kind of the team's goal or mindset heading into this season? Obviously you want to win more games.
Yeah.
But what's the chatter like between the girls?
I think with hard times, right now with COVID, winning games, winning championships is always our mindset. So we're just looking towards getting better every single day in the gym, winning games this year, looking towards the future, but just pushing, since we're young this year, really pushing the underclassmen. And our ultimate goal is to win championships, and that's what we're trying to do. So we're trying to compete every day in the gym and push each other and just, become the best players that we can so that we can win.
Philip?
Yeah, just wanted to ask you a little bit. I mean, just what was it like last season? I mean, you had so much success, in high school. And what was it like trying to learn and trying to deal with the struggles and everything that you went through? And how do you think that may play into making you a better player and a better team this year?
Yeah, last year there definitely were a lot of struggles, but I looked at it as a learning year. I learned so much last year from Keegs and the season that we had, and I don't want to make those same mistakes that I made last year. I want to move on from them and learn from them, and just make sure that I'm a better player this year because of it, and that the team is better. And like I said, taking on that leadership role and just making sure they don't make the same mistakes, the underclassmen that, we made last year, that I made last year. So yeah.
Where do you see the scoring, the offense coming from this year? I mean, you lose a player that really could create a good shot almost every time down. And I would think you're going to be, as point guard, a big part of getting everyone involved. So how does the offense evolve from last season?
Everyone on the team can score. We are all the underclassmen, just everyone is super talented, and we have a lot of scorers, a lot of shooters that I'm really excited to play with this year. So I think we're all going to, have to share the ball and, make up for some points. But I definitely think it's not going to be a problem. Like I said, we're all super talented and we're scorers, and that's our mentality. So
thank you.
We'll go to Alexis.
Hi, Makenna.
Hi.
Sorry if this has been asked before, but just going back to your time in high school, you didn't lose a game, you won a lot, and then you go into your freshman year and you go 1-17 in conference. How do you bounce back from a season like that where you're so used to winning?
Yeah, just turn it into a learning year. Look at it as that, and see those struggles that I had last year, and just not make those same mistakes again this year, and help the underclassmen not make those same mistakes and become a leader for them. But I really look at it as a learning year, and I've made plenty of mistakes that I've learned from, and from Keegs and from the season overall. So I'm just gonna make sure I'm better because of that. And I've been getting better because of that, from those mistakes. So
Joe?
Hey, Makenna, how's it going?
good. How are you?
Doing all right. Long time no see. So
Yeah.
But good to be back, getting ready to play some basketball, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
If I'm correct, you and Anna and Shay are all roommates this year, right?
Yep.
What is it like? What is the chemistry like between the three of you, and how does it translate from, on the court to off the court and vice versa?
Yeah. We obviously are super close off the court. And since we played together last year, obviously we played a lot of minutes together. But having that closeness off the court really translates to the trust on the court, and kind of our chemistry, and just how playing with each other last year, even we know like what kind of shots each other wants, how each other plays, what kind of offense, what kind of defense. So we just know each other because of that. And we're kind of able to, we're comfortable with keeping each other accountable on the court, I think, because of our closeness. So we're not scared to call each other out.
We'll go back to Alexis.
So you're only a sophomore, but you're one of a few returning players on the team this year that saw a lot of crucial minutes last year. What kind of leadership role do you expect to undertake this year, especially with so many new faces on the roster this year?
I want to be able to direct them, since I know Keeger's offense. So I've been trying to use my voice more in practices, and I know I'm gonna have to use it more in games. And I just want them to think of me as someone they can come to if they're struggling, if they need help. And I want to, like I said, be a voice out there. If they're making mistakes, I want to help them. I want to fix, mistakes that they make. And just because I know Keeger's offense and her system from last year. So just using my voice more and becoming that a vocal leader.
We'll go to Justin.
Hey, Makenna, can you hear me?
Yep. Hi.
Okay, cool. You look leaner. You look more athletic. I'm looking forward to your sophomore season. I don't know if you know this, but you played the most minutes of any freshman in the Big Ten last year, statistically, at over nearly 33 minutes a game. So what did you do to kind of decompress after the season? And then what did you and coach talk about that you can expand upon your sophomore year? Because that's a big load to play in the Big Ten at the most important position as an 18-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, after last year's season, I took a break. I needed to get some more weight back on, because I lost a little bit. So just getting my body healthy, and then now again, just becoming more of a vocal leader, Keegan and I have talked about, and making sure I'm helping the underclassmen. And, if they make mistakes on the court, make sure, since I know her system, I can help them out with that. So being more of a leader, but also, being more of a scorer too. We're all going to need to kind of step up. And we have a bunch of scorers on the team this year, but we're all going to kind of have to step up and just be more aggressive scoring wise. And yeah, I'd say those are probably the main two things, just being more aggressive scoring wise, and then being more of a vocal leader for the underclassmen and overall.
Mechanically, did you change your shot at all, or offensively, how do you take your gear to the next level, Makenna?
I actually have been working on my shot a little bit over the summer with my brother Kelson, but I guess like last year my 3-point was a little bit of a set shot, so I'm kind of making it. I changed it to where it's a little bit more, it flows more. But I've been working on that and a quicker release. I think it's been helping my accuracy a lot. So that was a big thing I worked on this summer. And then just attacking more, using my body more, with being a little bit bigger, I feel like, and stronger. So those are probably the two main things.
And tell me about Kelly Jaycott. What can she do to make this team kind of get to that next level and compete in the Big Ten?
Yeah, Kelly's so talented. Oh my goodness. I love playing against her. She makes me better every single day, makes this team better every single day. She's just a competitor. And what her knowledge from Nova, her bringing it over, she's kind of the system they ran there is just kind of similar to what we're running now, with just a lot of screens, and where she's able to help us with that and talk us through. And I go to her for a lot of advice. So she's been able to really help us out with that. And then, like I said, she's a competitor, so she doesn't take it easy on anyone any day in practice. And I love that because she makes me better every single day. So I'm so excited to have her as a teammate.
And last one for me, Makenna. Look, this year it's weird. It's different. It's not ideal. You guys are tough for persevering and all this. Is there anything as a student that you can't do that you normally would do, or you guys just kind of like you go from your dorm to either Zoom classes or practice? Like, are you allowed to get food at places, or like what are the restrictions? Because you still want to have fun as a student athlete and hang out with regular friends or your friends. So what have the coaches and medical people told you guys about how to live life?
Yeah, just Penn State protocols. Like, we have to social distance if we see anyone, and wear masks. Wear masks if we go out to eat. We can go to restaurants and stuff. Just have to be careful with touching things, and then touching our faces, eyes, washing our hands constantly. And then we haven't been able to hang out with like too many people outside the bubble, obviously, because we have to social distance, and, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is, what we have to do to keep people safe and ourselves safe. So we've been able to hang out with the team a lot, but it's been a little bit of a struggle, but obviously, we're here for each other on the team, and our mental health is good. We check in with each other every single day. We're there for each other. Our coaches have us doing fun activities, like going outside, playing wiffle ball the other day. So we're still having a good time. And we're excited for the season.
Yeah, thanks, Makenna.
We'll go to Alexis.
So I have two last questions here for you, Makenna. What has it been like learning to play with so many new teammates this off season across all years and classifications, freshmen, seniors, transfers, all about that?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me is I try to learn from anyone who comes in, because everyone brings different skills, different things to the game, that I can learn that I don't have in my game. So I always kind of look for that whenever new people come in, but also I know for the underclassmen, like I've mentioned, I'm going to have to be a leader and help them out on the court. But I've been able to learn, like I said, with Kelly, and Cash, they don't take it easy on anyone in practice. And I think they're super competitive and they make us better every single day. And same with the freshmen, like when they came in, we showed, what kind of standards we have, and just it's competitive in practice, and we're making each other better so that we can win championships. So, but I'm excited to play with everyone this year. So.
Okay. And you've had a couple relatives at Penn State. You have a lot of Penn State connections, in your family. Why is it, or how important is it to you to be a part of this team and representing the university, Penn State University?
Yeah, it's so important because my grandpa, I'm sure if you know, he was on the 1954 Final Four team. My mom played here. My aunts danced here. My brothers both went here. So Penn State has like a special place in my heart, and I just want to win championships here. So I give it my all every single day, sacrifice my body. I know my whole team pretty much does, but it's going to be so special winning games here and just changing the culture. And it's just such a special place for me.
We'll go to Pascal.
Hi, Makenna. Thanks for taking the time. I was just going to ask, I feel like it's kind of easy sometimes to take the ability to play a sport for granted. So with everything that's happened this offseason, you guys may have even doubted that you were going to even have a season at one point. Can you speak to the appreciation that your team has gained for the game of basketball and being able to play this season?
Yeah, we are definitely appreciative. Just so happy we have a season, and we're pretty much playing a full season too. We're so excited. I mean, every single day in practice, we're competing, we're getting ready because we want to win this year. Like, we have a goal, and like words can't describe just how appreciative we are to have this season. And we know a lot of other sports, don't get the chance for this, and their seasons got canceled. So we're so thankful.
We'll stick with Pascal.
Oh, no, that was actually it. That's all I had.
Hi, sorry. I was just trying to text one of my fellow reporters. I'm not sure if she asked you the questions that I asked her to or not. So I'll ask you them again, I guess, and you can just say if you already answered them.
Okay.
I was just wondering, so as a senior in high school, you really didn't lose a game at all, and you were part of a really successful program. And then last year as a freshman, your team went like 1-17 in conference. So how do you just bounce back from that and just like try to adopt a winning mentality? I know there's a lot of new faces on the team, and Coach Keeger's really just emphasized that you're in a rebuild phase and that you're just starting from the ground up and just working to better every aspect of the game.
Yeah. I did get asked that question. I think it was by your person, but if you want me to re-answer it, I can.
Sure, you can go ahead.
Okay. Taking last year as a learning year, I know it was kind of hard coming off of an undefeated season in high school and then, losing that many games my freshman year in college. But I did look at it as, I'm going to take what I learned this year. And there was a lot of mistakes that I made. And I just don't want to make those same mistakes this year. And I don't want the underclassmen to make those same mistakes that I did. So just progressing, moving forward, and looking to be better this year, and and progress from last year, be better, and because that's what I'm looking at it as. I am better because I've been working on my mistakes I made last year, and so it's helped a lot.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
McKenna, what's your favorite drill in practice? Like what gets your juices flowing here?
Favorite drill. Well, we do green light shooting drills, and I love to shoot the ball. So anytime I get a chance to shoot the ball in practice and I'm timed and I'm trying to beat a record, I love those kind of drills. So
what motivates you?
I think just my why and how much Penn State means to me because of family members that have come here. And then just, I want to win. And last year we didn't win. So I want to compete for championships. I want to win. I'm a competitor. So that's what motivates me. I just don't want to ever have a season like that. I don't want my underclassmen to go through that, the underclassmen on the team. So I just, I'm a competitor and I want to win, and that's what motivates me.
Do you pay attention to the Big Ten landscape from the other 13 teams? Like, do you follow them on Twitter? I mean, there's been a lot of change throughout the Big Ten. A lot of people lost some players through transfers, graduation, injuries, whatnot.
Yeah, I've paid a little bit of attention. I don't know, obviously, like all the transfers that have happened. I know some bigger ones, but I think I do follow like Big Ten women's basketball account. But yeah, I've been paying a little bit of attention, so I'm excited.
And what
We'll
makes
do
you a
two
good
more for
rebounder?
McKenna.
What makes you a good rebounder?
A good rebounder?
Yeah, I mean, you were a pretty good rebounder, I believe, statistically for a guard your size, and you're going to need that this year.
Yeah.
Even if Cash is eligible, you're still going to need that. If she's not,
Right.
absolutely, you're going to need that. So, what makes a good rebounder in your eyes?
Well, in practices, we have a saying: check, hit, hold, and pursue. I think last year I was pretty good at following through with that in the games, and then I think just keeping an eye out for when the ball goes up, where it's going to land. Sometimes, like I know I had a bad habit sometimes of running too far in the circle where I'd get pushed under and I wouldn't be able to rebound. But now I think I'm better at knowing where to position myself to get the rebounds. And last year there were some games where like I did position myself better, and those were the games I feel like I had better rebounding games. But I think position is really important, and then being physical and grabbing the rebounds, and then just of course being aggressive and going after the ball.
Last question for Jake, quickly.
Perfect. So, I know you're a sophomore. Do you feel like you've been thrust into a leadership role maybe earlier than you anticipated because this is a young team and doesn't have many upperclassmen?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I don't think it's early necessarily. I think a lot of our sophomores on the team, or all of them, are leaders. And I think, I love the challenge of being a leader and stepping up and being a vocal leader, because I've always kind of been one that just, follow my lead kind of leader. Like I've led by example. So I'm trying to become more of a vocal leader. But yeah, and just helping the underclassmen. So